Have you ever heard of a civilization that might have invented it all? I'm not talking about the Romans or the Egyptians. I'm talking about a mysterious and powerful culture deep in the heart of ancient Mexico, a civilization that laid the groundwork for the Maya and the Aztecs. Today, we're journeying back over 3,000 years to uncover the secrets of the Olmec, the mother culture of Mesoamerica. Why did they carve giant stone heads that weigh as much as for elephants? And how did they come up with inventions that would shape a continent for centuries to come? Get ready, because the story of the Olmec is a journey into a lost world of innovation, power, and enduring mystery. The story begins around 1600 BCE in the lush, tropical lowlands of what is now southern Mexico. This was a challenging environment, hot, humid, and prone to flooding. But it was here, along the fertile riverbanks, that the Olmec people began to thrive. They weren't just surviving, they were building the first major civilization in Mesoamerica. They constructed grand ceremonial centers, places like San Lorenzo and later La Venta. These weren't just villages. They were complex urban sites with pyramids, plazas, and sophisticated water drainage systems, showcasing an incredible understanding of engineering and resource management long before anyone else in the region. The Olmec were true pioneers. Think about the things we associate with great Mesoamerican civilizations: intricate calendars, a ritual ball game, and even the practice of drinking chocolate. Well, the Olmec were likely the originators of them all. They developed one of the earliest writing systems in the Americas, using symbols and glyphs to record their history and beliefs. They were also brilliant astronomers, creating a complex calendar system that combined a 260-day ritual cycle with a 365-day solar year. This long count calendar was so precise that it would later be adopted and perfected by cultures like the Maya. They were literally the timekeepers of an entire civilization. And then there's the ball game. You might have seen depictions of it in movies, a fast-paced, high-stakes game played with a solid rubber ball. The Olmec were the first to play it. For them, it was more than just a sport. It was a deeply religious ritual, a symbolic reenactment of cosmic battles between gods. Archaeologists have found ancient rubber balls and the remains of ball courts at Olmec sites, giving us a glimpse into this intense and sacred tradition. It's incredible to think that a game played over 3 millennia ago would continue to be a central part of Mesoamerican life for centuries. From timekeeping to sports, the Olmec were setting the standard. But what truly captivates everyone? What has become the iconic symbol of the Olmec? Are the colossal heads. Imagine stumbling upon one of these in the jungle, a massive stone face, nearly 10 feet tall, weighing up to 40 tons, carved from a single boulder of volcanic basalt. To this day, 17 of these incredible sculptures have been found. Each face is unique, with distinct features: full lips, broad noses, and a stern, powerful expression. They wear helmet-like headdresses, suggesting they represent specific individuals. The prevailing theory is that these are portraits of mighty Olmec rulers. Think of them as the ultimate royal statues, monuments to their power and authority. But here's the mystery. The basalt rock used to carve them was sourced from mountains up to 100 miles away from the Olmec centers where they were found. How, without wheeled vehicles or beasts of burden, did they transport these unimaginably heavy stones across rivers, swamps, and dense jungle? Did they use massive rafts? Did they drag them on log rollers with hundreds of people? The sheer logistical challenge is mind-boggling and stands as a testament to their incredible organization and determination. It was a feat of engineering that rivals the building of the pyramids in Egypt. Olmec influence didn't stop at their borders. Their artistic style, religious symbols, and innovations spread far and wide. We see the Olmec were-jaguar motif, a powerful half-human, half-jaguar deity appearing in the art of many later cultures. This suggests a widespread trade network and a shared religious belief system that connected distant peoples across Mesoamerica. They traded in precious materials like jade, obsidian, and serpentine, creating intricate figurines, masks, and ceremonial objects that showcase their exceptional craftsmanship. The Olmec weren't just an isolated kingdom. They were the cultural heart of a burgeoning world, the trendsetters of their time whose ideas traveled hundreds of miles. So, what happened to this brilliant civilization? Around 400 BCE, the great Olmec centers like La Venta went into decline and were eventually abandoned. The reason remains one of history's great unsolved mysteries. Was it climate change? Volcanic eruptions that choked the rivers and covered the fields in ash? Was it internal conflict or warfare? Some evidence suggests that monuments were intentionally defaced or buried, hinting at some kind of social or political upheaval. Perhaps it was a combination of all these factors. The jungle slowly reclaimed their cities, and the memory of the Olmec faded into legend. For centuries, their existence was forgotten, their achievements mistakenly attributed to later cultures like the Maya. It wasn't until the mid-19th century, when a farmer stumbled upon the first colossal head, that the world began to rediscover this lost civilization. Archaeologists started to piece together the puzzle, realizing that they had found something far older and more foundational than they ever imagined. They gave them the name Olmec, which means rubber people in the language of the later Aztecs, a nod to the region's rubber production. Today, we recognize the Olmec not just as another ancient culture, but as the mother culture of Mesoamerica. They were the innovators, the engineers, and the artists who lit the spark of civilization in the region. Their legacy is everywhere. It's in the calendars used by the Maya, the ball games played by the Aztecs, and the religious iconography seen across ancient Mexico. They tackled an unforgiving environment and built a society of incredible complexity and influence. The colossal heads are more than just mysterious statues. They are the stoic, silent witnesses to a powerful dynasty of rulers who laid the foundation for future empires. They remind us that history is full of hidden chapters, and that sometimes the most influential stories are the ones that were almost lost to time. The Olmec may have vanished, but their inventions and their spirit of innovation lived on, shaping the destiny of an entire continent. They are proof that from the most challenging beginnings can rise the most extraordinary achievements. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey back in time. If you found this story as fascinating as I do, please hit that like button and subscribe for more adventures into our incredible past. Let me know in the comments which ancient civilization you'd like to explore next. See you in the next video.